Hi, Stitchers!
Hi.
Welcome to the Pattern Queens Flosstube number 33. Today is Sunday, June 7th. I'm Laura.
And I'm Keisha.
And this is a channel about cross-stitch.
And friendship and rambles and shenanigans.
And the disembodied voice working on kidding things up.
Yes, and you got to meet the disembodied voice last week if you watched the collab. Well, I know she's been on the channel before, but if you watched our Desert Island collab that we put up with the Missouri Stitchers, Katie was in it, and she is the disembodied voice.
Yes.
She's also announced in that she is going to be my replacement while I'm on Flosstube maternity leave here in about a month or so.
Yeah, and that's just going to kind of be flexible. If Keisha is not in a place where she wants to film, then we're just going with that.
Right. Maybe I just snuggle a baby while we should have been filming.
And Katie is saving up all of her purchases so that she snickered, so that she can do a stash parade. And oh my good Lord, will it be a big stash parade?
Yeah, you're in for quite a treat whenever that happens. If you like hands-on design, hold on to your horses.
Or your pineapples.
Yeah. Or your pineapples.
Oh, so it's been an interesting week.
It really has been. And of course, if you're in the U.S. or even outside of the U.S., there's been a lot of protests about just the whole racial injustice situation that's happening specifically in the United States as a result of the death of George Floyd. But there's also racial injustice everywhere. And, just on a serious note, this is an issue and we need to do our best. If you are a person of privilege like we are, we've never been judged by the color of our skin harshly. Make sure you're taking the time to educate yourself, to hear things from different points of view, because that's the only way that we learn and grow. I mean, I don't have the experience of being judged by the color of my skin, but I know that I can read things from people who have had that experience. I know that I can watch things from people who have had that experience. So be open to those voices. Be the person who stands up whenever you see things that are wrong. I mean, we've been taught since we were little that if you see something going on that's wrong, that you should tell someone. So make sure that you're making an effort to do that. I understand that not everyone can put their bodies on the line. Like right now, I can't really go out to a protest. I'm housing a small person and I can't put myself in physical danger, but I can speak out. I can make purchases from places that are donating. I can donate myself without making a purchase, and I can educate myself, and I can be a decent human being. So I just like to encourage everyone.
Katie and I talked about this a little bit on our shop. We didn't do a Fresh Fabric Friday release in the Love You More shop this week. And we went on and talked about this. And one of the things that we stressed is that, yes, all of the things Keisha just said, but also if you are witnessing an event, remember that you always have a recording device with you, and that is way more effective than escalating the situation and maybe making it come to a not so pleasant conclusion. So, right. Be there, be supportive, but also realize that, everyone is stressed. Everyone is a little out of control in those situations. And also keep in mind that no one group is entirely bad. I mean, we're all people and we just all need to figure that out. And we all need to treat each other. There's a golden rule they call it the golden rule for a reason. Mm-hmm. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Right. So yeah, just it's absolutely horrific that any one group should be called out and chosen to be the ones that are being intimidated, abused, all of that. It's just horrific. And everybody needs to be aware and be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Right, right. And being part of the solution starts first and foremost with being empathetic,
Mm-hmm.
being a good person, working on yourself.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. So that
All
was
right.
a serious moment.
We didn't announce that there was going to be any seriousness up top, but there we go. Also, happy Pride Month to our Pride friends.
Yes.
Yes.
That means we all get to stitch rainbows all month.
Which is good.
Friends, and yeah.
I love stitching rainbows, so this is good news.
Okay, I was on Silks for You this morning, just kind of looking around.
Mm-hmm.
They have a hank of silk that is all rainbow.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was so cool. And they charge $30 for a full hank of silk, which I don't think is bad. Now, I don't know what shipping is to the US from Australia, but
Right.
I don't think that's a bad price. And it's such a cool thing. I'm sorry. My cat is having a stare down with Katie right in the middle of all this. There's some lovely silliness. Hi, you silly girl. She just looking at her. And I looked up and Katie is looking at her.
Oh, I didn't announce. I'm in an undisclosed location.
Ooh.
This is different from where I usually stitch. Actually, it's my basement. We're in the process of rearranging things upstairs, and so the office where I usually film, there's a lot of stuff on top of the bed that's right in the background, and I was like, we need to clean this up so that I can film. And my husband's like, well, we could just move the laptop downstairs to the basement. So we did that.
Like, where's Keisha?
Right. Where in my house am I?
Where in the world is Keisha? Yeah.
I promise it's still at my house. It's just in a different room.
Okay. So, Keisha, do you have any stash this week?
I do have some stash. Not a lot of stash, but some very exciting. So our friend Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, in her Etsy shop this week, if you bought from the 1st through the 7th, she was donating 100% of her Etsy check to Campaign Zero. And so, of course, I'm going to buy a pattern. And so I bought You're Okay. And it's these lovely fracture birds. And it just says, You're okay, I guess. And kind of a funny story about this. So I was watching one of Michelle's Instagram stories while I was in the car with my husband. And I was just watching it. And I said, I think Michelle might be my favorite person. And my husband just goes, ouch.
Oh.
and so then I had planned on buying something from her Etsy shop that day. So I go over to her Etsy shop, I see this, and I'm like, this is the most appropriate time to buy this pattern.
That's funny.
So I'm really excited to stitch that one. I've loved it since I first saw it. So
I should have said at the beginning that I know that our video just went up on Friday. So luckily enough, we were able to get the collaboration video stuff done and uploaded, and then our internet went haywire. We had no internet all week. So hopefully, I've already sent Kate show notes for this, and when we get done, hopefully we will get this thing uploaded and on the site so that it will be at the beginning of the week instead of at the end of the week.
Right. Well, and that one's funny because we actually filmed that a day ahead of schedule.
Yes. Yes. And then we got caught up with the stuff for the collaboration.
Right.
And we weren't able to get it uploaded anyway.
Know that we're always filming on the weekend. It just might not always come up. And we're trying our best, but sometimes there are technical difficulties.
So I have been kitting up stuff. So look, I have Wad O Floss. That's part of stash number 1. And Crinkle Crinkle, we like those noises because it's happy noise and it means good stuff's coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got my color in cotton.
Oh. Well, I haven't checked the mail. Maybe
Okay.
I did too. I will show that to you next week then.
Oh, something fell down on me. Okay. This is Belfast 32 count from Color and Cotton, my fabric of the month, and it is called Ozark.
Ooh.
I'm really liking this.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So I am excited about that.
Well, now I
And
gotta go out and check my mail.
I think Angela may be one that we talk to sometime this week, and she is hanging in there. She is trying to get everything caught up. She was talking about shipments of linen and fabrics, to do things, and it's just been a struggle to even get the supplies to do
Right.
stuff. So bless her heart, she is trying. Cut her some slack. Okay, I got to move you a little because I dropped one of the bags, fell, and I have to get to it.
Oh no.
And then I dumped things out of it.
Well, you shouldn't have done that.
Now you guys all got a good look at the top of my head. Oh my gosh. And I just keep throwing them on the floor.
We're all playing I Spy with Katie's bookshelf behind you. So that's fine.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, fine. See what's up there. What do they need to find?
There's like a wooden spoon behind you, it looked like.
Katie, what should they be looking for? You got to give me a good one.
I don't know. I was going to say Coraline, but that's easy since I have a whole shelf of her.
Okay, so one thing I got this week this is an older one now. The April 2020 issue of Just Cross Stitch. And there were some really cute things, but I have to show this one for Keisha.
Oh, okay.
Let me find the page number. There we go.
Ooh, look at those little happy sheep. And the Laura-sized house.
And you know what? And I thought if you wanted, you could even like maybe put a baby name up here or put a welcome up here and a baby name down here.
Oh, you could.
So, and I'm sure the house could be made the color of somebody's house,
Our very exciting house color, white.
Okay, so the little bag had like 3 or 4 more skeins of floss. Don't laugh at me, guys. Don't laugh at me. I died. I had to have it.
Oh.
Stone.
I'm trying not to laugh at you. That is very pretty, though.
It's from the Scarlet House. I have been in such a buy all the patriotic charts thing, and this one has the flag, and I love the red, white, and blue plant, and yeah, I'm just there for it.
Nice. Well, we're coming up on July, so
I know. And I've been thinking about July, and I'll talk about that when we get to plans. Then I shoved things in. I made myself a couple sleeves this week. This one is actually still available in our shop, and it's called Agrabah.
Ooh.
The inside is this foil.
Ooh, love that.
It's so awesome. So it really looks good with your background. That's what I'm deciding right now when I'm seeing you in part of my screen.
With the browns?
Yes. Well, and it changed the color of all of them to be, some of these colors in with it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so also I got, that goes with the big one. I'm like, what in the world? I got Where Liberty Dwells by Hands On Designs.
Oh, cute.
And that one comes with the Lady Dot velveteen, which that's always awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the Ye Old Crow sampler.
Right.
So I bought Tom Turkey.
Ooh, I love that.
And I bought the floss to stitch him. It's somewhere in, I think it was in that first bag, that whole big mess.
Right.
That was a bunch of stuff. And then Praiseworthy Stitches had this cute freebie. Let me see what it says. A free design not to be sold. So I can show you this. It's just, I don't think she has vintage flowers. The fan is off. And I was thinking, because I'm in my current, red, white, and blue mood, wouldn't it be cute to make that a patriotic urn?
Yeah, that'd be a pretty easy to convert.
Yeah, and that, the flowers and things, I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have one more cute one. And I have wanted this pattern for a long, long time. I got a couple of threads in with this one too. This is heart and hand needle art, and it's Wonderful Life. And it's the one that says how wonderful life is now that you are in the world.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's really, really cute. And they give you on the back, so there's one half.
Uh-huh.
And here's the other half. And
technically,
wow, it's a birth announcement.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like the song, and so I will do this for me.
Yeah, and the bear and the turtle and all of those different animals, that's so cute.
I did think that if one were ambitious enough, that I'm sure sheep could be added in there.
Oh, probably so. Oh, but those animals are so cute. It would be hard to change any of them to sheep.
Well, maybe if you left out buttons.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Right around there would be perfect. So, I don't know. And I know that you will have plans to do a birth sampler, but I have lots of charts for you to choose from now too.
Yeah, sounds like I can just come shop your stash.
Yeah, that's how that works. Oh, and that's the little pack of buttons.
Oh,
aren't they sweet?
I love those.
So I was really excited to get that one because, I know that it has the name, but that's the only thing, is that it has the little name. And I think that might be a perfect spot to do personalization on it.
Right. You could put your initials in the year there. That would be fine.
So that was my stash this week. That was plenty.
Wow. Good stuff.
Yeah. Shopping with Katie Landis is always interesting. I don't have to do this right now. That's the thing I have to keep telling myself. I don't have to do this right now. Katie has not stitched in about 10 years. And in fact, she sold off some of her fabric last year at the Show Me Retreat because she just wasn't stitching. And then a bug bit her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the Hands-On Designs collaboration with Priscilla and the chalk jars. Which one did you start with?
Boo.
Oh, she started with Boo, the Halloween one.
Mm-hmm.
And, so her first thing back after almost 10 years, and she starts on black fabric.
Right. Well, don't do anything halfway, I say.
So we did a reveal yesterday on the Black Needle Society on Instagram. Did you see it?
I did.
Did that make you happy?
Yes, very exciting.
Okay, so we're going to have a 13-day trick-or-treat box. And yesterday we revealed, I will say it wrong, Katie. I say it wrong every time.
Night Spirit Studio.
Night Spirit Studio is going to have an exclusive design for us.
That's so fun. That's so fun.
Yeah, and if you aren't familiar with her, you should go check her out on Instagram and see all of the cool stuff that she has. It's just, she has a great eye and a great sense of humor.
Yes.
Our reveal used a really funny one.
Right. Right. It's a little bit of a snarky sense of humor. It's fun.
Yes. So anyway, that was kind of fun to do that. How about whips? Do you have whips to show?
I do have whips to show. Now, for both of us, this week has been a model stitching heavy week. So I have worked on two things that I'm not allowed to show you.
And I've worked on one.
Yeah. And so And they're sitting right there, but I can't show them to you. I promise I did work on more though. But the first thing I worked on, and I showed you this last week, it was my last Mania start, is the Evil Queen from Bendy Stitchy Designs. I just love this. Okay, so now I'll show you mine. I got some pretty good progress on it. This is where I am.
So awesome.
I just love it. I can't wait to work on it more. I might work on it some more this week. And this is on 32 count Moonstone. It's Lugana from Color and Cotton.
Cool.
So
I'm loving it. Mine again.
Oh, you didn't?
No, not yet. Not yet.
I am loving it. I love it. And that was a freebie in the School of Magical Stitches and Literature group on Facebook.
Yes.
And then I did pull out the Hawk Run Hollow on Thursday, and you'll see my big exciting progress. So we started a new block. This is the block. And it looks like solid stitching. It's not completely solid stitching. Some down here in the snow is actually just fabric, and there's some white in there. It's
I can see that when you pointed to it, because you can see the snow around the trees.
Right. But it's pretty much a full coverage block. So again, probably won't get this done during this month, especially when you see what I did. So this is my start. I got the top border and then a little bit of that house.
It looks like a traffic light right now.
It does look a little bit like a traffic light where it's all red. You never get to go. You only get to stop.
You have to stop and stitch.
Right. And so that's what I got done on that this week. So that's all of the stitching that I can show you.
We may have to amend our rules and make it a stitching free for all to get that done. So
definitely.
we'll have to talk and figure out what we're going to do.
Right.
Okay, so yes, I model stitched this week. I am trying to quickly finish up a project. I would like to have it done this week. Ha, ha, ha.
And we're both stitching different versions of the same model. So I laugh because I'm like, there's no way I could finish this in a week.
It's almost 11,000 stitches.
Right.
I will say that I am nearly 3,000 stitches into it.
Nice.
So in less than, in just a few days worth of stitching. So.
Right. Laura stitches a lot faster than me, everyone.
Well, so we did a marathon day last Sunday, or we tried to. We forgot that we had some people coming out to actually help put up the she shed that we talked about last year. And they still are coming back, I think, today to finish up. But we did start on some things, and I only worked about an hour on each one. So last Sunday, I spun the wheel and said I was going to start all these things. This one, let me just look. It says this may be reproduced. So I am going to hold this up here for an awesome screen grab, because I know there have been people looking for it. It's Wicked by the Primitive Needle. There.
So cute.
And maybe if you had to get it in two parts, here's part one. Here's part two. It is the cutest thing. And it's actually charted to be in Belsois. And of course, I don't have silk sitting around. So I very carefully wrote next to mine, green, black, brown, orange, so that I knew which symbol went with. And so I have this teeny tiny little start on mine.
Nice.
It's 3 colors.
There you go.
I realized there's no purple in it. I don't know why I wouldn't have added purple.
No.
Probably because I stitched it originally as an exchange gift, and the lady I sent it to is a little more subdued. So, I kind of primed my colors for sure. But it's in with this, and I haven't gotten a chance to start this one. It's Primitive Crow from Threadwork Primitives.
Oh, wow.
And they evidently put these out at about the same time. Well, no, they're put out separately, and I think a couple years between. But this is sort of a companion piece. It is basically the same size as the freebie that I showed you.
Yeah.
So I will do both, but I haven't had time to start the other one yet because I got off on the model stitching kick.
Right.
But I was trying to do about an hour on everything. So I pulled out I don't know if I showed you guys this. I think I did. That's
Yeah.
my Primavera. You know, I thought that was going to be my floral Darth Vader. So I don't have him here to show you.
Oh.
I forgot about that. It's the wrong bag. Oh man.
That's okay. You can show us next week.
Yeah. Okay, so this bag, my Judy bag, has my Hawk Run Hollow, and I pulled it out, and of course it wasn't Thursday, so I couldn't stitch on the current block. So where I stitched was up in this February block.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't even looked at June, you guys. I was model stitching and just never got to Hawk Run Hollow. And I was thinking that I might even still need to do the borders for the block. So I just didn't want to stop and do that because it doesn't have to be Thursday for me to do that.
Right.
I could maybe have guessed. But I did add a little more up here in February.
Nice.
I put in this gray line, and I was trying to think what else I put in. I think that was about it. That was about an hour to do that one big swirl.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I still need to finish February, April, and May.
Yeah, I have to. The only block I have finished is January. So.
Well, January and March because I pushed and finished up right before the end of March.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know, it was close enough that I thought I was going to do it. But I would like to get back and put stitches in on this and catch up the blocks that aren't finished. I've kind of gotten to I don't want to start more blocks because these aren't finished.
Right.
And I knew that would hit at some point, but it's definitely hitting me. Okay, then my frog bag. I love this one.
Mm-hmm.
And it has, oh, I love this.
Oh, yeah.
This one houses my In Search of the Perfect Pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from Heart in Hand. I had started this years ago. And at some point, the floss got separated from it, and it's all over-dyed floss. I was trying to look and see. Oh, there it is. 2001 is the date of this. And I bought floss to do it, and I ended up filling in a chunk on this pumpkin right here on the end.
Oh, wow.
So, and I think the color is fine. I stopped partway through on that, and I've added quite a few rows, and I don't think that you can tell any kind of a difference in the dye lot.
No.
So there was that one. I'm trying to shove fast here, you guys. I am to Booksleeves, so that makes life a little easier. Okay, then I love this bag too. This is one I picked all the stuff for, and Katie was like, whatever, Mom. And it is my Let Joy Be Unconfined. And I filled in the things on this branch.
Oh, wow. That's looking so good.
Thank you. I love this fabric. This is some of my coloring cotton, and And really like working with the dinky dies. They're fun. Okay, I'm sorry. This one is wobbly.
I'm looking forward to getting my Let Joy Be Unconfined back out. But,
well, and I was supposed to start a bunch of stuff on Monday, and I thought I just want to touch everything like one more time, because even just an hour will be progress, more stitches than there were. So this one is in Keisha's favorite color.
Yes.
Country Mercantile, and that inside. And what I did, this is my Jane Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
I finished filling in the second row of alphabet, and I've started on this row, which has numbers in the end of the alphabet. Can you see that?
I can. It's really subtle, but I kind of like that it blends in a little bit.
Yeah, and that's my top will be like that, and then the rest will be much more bold.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's kind of the way with Abra. And I don't have Abra down here with me, but there's a certain color of letter that's made so that it like basically goes right into the fabric. Like you can barely see it. So I kind of like that look.
It's cool that way. I think
Mm-hmm.
it makes you stop and look and pay attention.
Right.
So, and the borders in between the rows are different. So you'll notice those too as they come along.
Right.
This one, a sleeve that is in the shop that people just didn't get. Are you getting the sparkle that's on there?
A little bit.
So it's like around the edges of the thing. There's a good spot. And inside are the leaves with the same type thing. I love this one. Katie picked this, and yeah, I'm just like, oh, so cool. This one got quite a bit of love because I just was like really motivated and could not put her down.
Oh, yes.
So it's light.
Wow, that lantern looks so good.
Is that cool?
I love that.
And I was like, I just want to get that done because it's going to be fussy and I am in a concentrating mood.
Right.
The other thing is, this dress is supposed to be brown, and we have a color and cotton floss from the Show Me retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Good, it's right here on the end. It's called Dark Indigo. Right. Isn't that a gorgeous color? Mm-hmm. And for some reason, when I looked at the freebie chart, it looked blue to me, so that was stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to do her dress in.
It looks really good on that fabric.
And I like it with the other color. I feel like it makes this look like a mink stole or something.
It does.
So I'm excited about that one. And I could have stayed on that one until it was finished. Because I liked it that much. And I have one more stuff down in here. I'm looking for the surprise because I can't figure out what things are. Oh, this one, I had to pick up some floss for it. This one is from the Sisters book. And it's called, from Blackbird Designs, and it's called At First Cock's Crow.
Wow.
When I opened this up, I only had one floss still with it. I think everything had just fallen out. So that distressed me quite a bit. But I think I have gotten all of the floss for this now. Oh, this may be where my heirloom gold goes, Katie. Awesome. I had found one I was going to substitute, but no more. I have the real thing. So I only had the onyx, and so I have been working on the border, and that was a little over an hour that I spent on that one.
Oh, wow. That border is really pretty.
It was a real easy stitch, too, once you got the pattern going.
Right.
Don't look at the chart. You can just absolutely, it would be a good video chat thing. Because you can just put it in. You don't have to worry about it. So, those are my whips this week.
Nice. Here I was thinking we'd hardly have anything to show, and then I forgot about the crazy Sunday you had last week.
Yes. Well, I had so much fun with you guys.
Yeah.
Keisha and Athena decided that they would join Katie and I in the craziness. And so we were texting together and sending picture updates.
Mm-hmm.
Athena worked on her snake, and that was amazing.
Yes, for sure. Definitely check out Stitching with Friends for that update because she's doing this really cool Slytherin crest. That's awesome.
And Keisha couldn't show us very many pictures, but she
Right.
sent
Well,
me pictures.
yeah, what I did is I worked on one of the models and then I switched to the Evil Queen. So I was switching back and forth between those two. And the model that I was stitching would be fine for me to show Laura and Katie, but not Athena. So because Athena did not want to see it. She wants to be surprised by it. So yeah, so I was only showing updates on Evil Queen.
And then about, I don't know, I don't even know what time it was, 3 or 4, Katie and I totally abandoned them because our friends came over to work on the shed. So
Mm-hmm.
that was, we got back to it later on that night, but not until about 10 o'clock. So
Right.
it was late night stitching for us.
Well, and I think switching in between two different things for a specified period of time, I think that that was a lot of fun. And I might do that in the future if I'm working on something that I need to work on, but I'm not super excited to work on. Alternating that with
Work
something
on
I
it.
am excited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like an instant reward, right?
right. So I think I might kind of employ that in the future on days when I have a lot of stitching time.
Well, you have to message me when you do, and we'll send pictures.
I will. I might do it today. I might switch between both of my models.
Keisha got to wake up to a picture from me of the model where I had finished one chunk, and
Right.
I was determined I was going to finish it yesterday, and I finished it at about 10 minutes till midnight. So
Cutting
was,
it close, but you still did it.
yeah,
So that's the important
I was
thing.
looking at the photos that I took. So I did start Wicked by the Primitive Needle. I have not yet started Across the River by Rosie and Me, so that will be part of my plan for this week.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank and Fauna, I needed to get all the threads, so I've not started it. I keep thinking maybe I'm going to put it on a purple. My other
Oh.
one's a bright yellow.
Uh-huh. Oh, that would look cool together then.
And then I need to start Primitive Crow from Threadwork Primitives. That's the one I showed you today. I did Perfect Pumpkin. I have a little one called Autumn Basket from Lizzie Kate. And I found a little scrap of fabric in my stash that I think is going to be perfect for all the colors in it.
Awesome.
And I worked on it first Cox Crow. A Halloween sampler by Homespun Elegance, a Halloween sampler 1 by Homespun Elegance. I have that, but I did not get to it. So, and I also did not get to Blackberry House or Sampler a Bouquet this week. So I am not going to spin anything else until I get a chance to get back and really give those some attention. But
Right.
I'm thinking it's going to be another heavy model week.
Right.
How about you?
I think same for me because I'm working on 2 models. One that has a deadline of the end of June, so I definitely need to work on that one. The other one is just one I've had for a while, and I need to get it done before the baby gets here. So it won't be released until later on this year, I know, but I'm like, I should get that done before I don't have time anymore. And the first model that has a deadline by the end of June, I'm like, I got to finish this because I know the designer has another model I could work on and I love it. But I'm not allowing myself to work on it unless I get this done. Yeah, another model heavy week for me. I have blocked out in my schedule where I will work on Hawk Run Hollow on Thursdays unless I get really behind on the model. So I will be able to at least show you some progress on Hawk Run Hollow. And then I might pick another piece just to work on for a little bit. That way I have something fun to show you. And next week isn't just like, I stitched, but I can't show you anything.
Yeah, we stitched.
I promise. Our 5-minute long video.
Yeah.
Who am
Since
I kidding? It'd still be a half hour.
Yeah, there you go. Since we didn't have a release this week, I have a little more free time, so I should get quite a bit of and you're back at work, so I have a luxury that you don't at this point. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to sit and work on the model, and maybe if I get it moving well enough, then I'll be able to take later in the week to work on other things. So.
Right. And then one plan that's just kind of out there in the future. So we're going to do a baby shower Sal for me that we're going to be calling the Pattern Print Sal on Instagram. We're starting that on June the 20th. And the rules for this Sal is to stitch something with sheep, which is what we're decorating the baby's room in, to stitch something blue because we're having a baby boy, or just to stitch something for someone you love. And you can be someone you love. Really, I just wanted it so that everyone could come and join and stitch and be part of my virtual baby shower, since I am not able to have an actual baby shower because of the COVID issue. So yeah. June 20th, gather your things.
Celebrate Keisha.
Oh, well, thank you. And celebrate the little one who will just disrupt everything. So...
And that'll be fun. I keep finding projects and I haven't settled yet.
Right. Well, you have until the 20th, so you have plenty of time. I still have to kit up a Haid sometime.
Wow. And that's it for my plans. How about you?
Yeah, that's it for me. I'll work on Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. I might work on something else, mostly models this week.
Yes. So, and that doesn't happen often that we're both working on models during the same week. Usually one of us can kind of cover the other one, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Let alone exactly the same model, just in a different colorway.
Mine's on a different count too, so I'm having to use 2 strands.
See, I get to use 1. I'm the lucky one, everyone. I get to do it in DMC with 1 strand. So even though I'm a slower stitcher than Laura, I probably can almost catch up to her because I don't have to do stitches 1 at a time.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for joining us this week.
Yes. Thank you for being here.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying thank you for being here and watching and commenting. And sorry that we don't really know exactly when videos are going to come out. We're at the mercy of technology.
Yes. Google got us. So hopefully we'll get finished up and we will get this thing saved and downloaded and be able to upload it to YouTube. I was trying to think to Flosstube and be out there for you guys. Hopefully maybe later today. We'll see. Yeah. Katie's over here stitching.
Yeah. Well, thank you for showing up whenever the video's up.
And you know what? Maybe what I'll do in the future, and I didn't think about this, but maybe what I'll do in the future is if we're having a problem like that where we can't upload, when we are out and about, when we're waiting in the Starbucks line and I can borrow their Wi-Fi, I will just make a quick video that says, hey, it's still coming. We're just having technical issues at home. So
sounds good to me.
Then at least they'll know.
Right.
So I think that's it for this week.
Yes.
Everybody stay safe. Try not to be too stir crazy. Be the light.
Yes, be a good person.
So that's it.
All right.
Bye, Stitchers.
Bye. Have a good week.